Welcome to the Brazil Expat Journal, the BJ you can trust to be on 2 weeks in a row, Pete. That's got to be a record for this this year. Oh, you're muted. Sorry about that, bro. I got you off mute now. That must be a record for us this year. 2 weeks in a row.
No, we're on a roll. We're on a roll.
We're on a roll right at the end of the year. Which is good, because end of the year is when I get to relax a little bit, and this is a relaxing thing to do. It's not as relaxing when you got like 20 jobs and then you got to get on here at 10 p.m. on a
And when
Monday.
you interrupt my Dallas.
Yeah, Pete's on Dallas again, which is crazy. That's like, how long? What's the average for watching like the whole series, beginning to end?
About
2 years? 3 years?
2 years.
2 years, and that's watching how many episodes? Like an episode a night?
4 episodes a week.
All right, yeah, that's doable. Well, how many you say? 2 years?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
that's not too
14
bad.
seasons, man. 14
I know,
seasons.
that's what I'm saying. It's a
Ridiculous.
long show. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I see some people already there listening in. Tonight, we're going to be talking, guys, about what we are thankful for. So we're going to freestyle a little bit. I'm trying to add my thing to the stage here, but it's not happening, Pete. But the title of the show, the title card I was trying to put up there. Let's try again. There it goes. Things to be thankful for in Brazil. And there are a lot of things to be thankful for in Brazil. Some of them are a little silly, but some of them are actually the opposite. They're very deep. But it's an interesting country to live in. There's so many ups, downs, sideways, and left ways. It's like the upside down. Anybody out there watching Stranger Things?
I hope my son is listening to this one because he does follow our podcast sometimes. He doesn't tell me because, how kids are. But, I hope he's listening because these are the things that you need to think about.
Yeah, and the older you get, the more meaningful they get. So we're going to get right into it because not much happened in Brazil since our last podcast. So no news briefing for you today. So we're just going to get right into it. And Pete, I'm going to start only because I got to break some stuff down to y'all about me, what's going on with me. And I'm sure Pete will relate, and I'm sure some of you out there in the audience will relate. But first, before that, the one thing I'm very thankful for, guys, is your listenership. We got 1,000 subs. We're over 1,000 subscribers already. Yeah, which is something that for me is so difficult to do on YouTube, like on other social media, because it's pushed more. If you put a 1-minute video, it's pushed here, pushed there, and people don't really interact on Instagram, TikTok. YouTube is like us, me and Pete, and we've been doing this stuff for a while. Either we're talking about movies or we're talking about Star Trek and X-Files. And this is our baby here, the Brazil Expat Journal. I started it during the COVID era, but I don't like doing stuff alone. I'm like, who can I call who also likes to yap away and gives good insight? Peter, and then he's joined the show. So I'm thankful for you, Peter, always being my co-host. You're the best co-host
I've been slacking the last few weeks, but it's been a rough time. So
it's been a rough time. So that gets right into what I was going to talk about, mental health. And guys, I did an episode with Emily way back when. I wish you guys would go back and listen to it. It's only got 89 views, and I think it deserves more because she's a psychologist who came in and really talked about mental health. And this was in 2021. So we were all kind of going through a lot during the pandemic. But I think that the positive that came out of the pandemic, especially for me, is that people were starting to be a little bit more open about saying, hey, I'm a little crazy,
Yeah.
because everybody went crazy, like cabin fever.
Yeah.
And this, yeah, and that was important because it helped me to start to just be able to admit, one, to myself, that yes, you're depressive. Yes, you have anxiety. You probably got a little bit of autism, and I'll probably get it checked out at some point. And I've been suicidal. Like, I get to that level of depression, right? Including beginning of this year. I went there mentally about 2 or 3 times at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, well,
So
that's where I've been the last few weeks, man. Like we've
it's
had these
intense.
photos, and I haven't been there, and I'm sorry for that. But the
Nah,
fact
don't be sorry.
like
I get it. I get it. I get
I'm,
it.
I'm
So
preoccupied with my own shit.
exactly. So that's one thing that people coming to Brazil sometimes don't think about. Brazil, and I think Sao Paulo. I always mention this stat, and let me see if I can actually get proof that I'm not saying it incorrectly. But Sao Paulo is the city with the most psychopaths in the world, right?
I
Let
think it has the highest level of clinical depression in the world. I know this because I actually used to teach a therapist, and she's like, "No, man, like this is a gold mine."
But let's see, because I always mention this stat here because I remember reading it. Uh, the assertion that Sao Paulo is the city with the most psychotics in the world is incorrect. Okay. Studies have found that the incidence of first episode of psychosis in Sao Paulo is actually lower than expected for metropolis, and lower than rates found in some European cities, such as inner city Paris and southern London. While São Paulo has a high overall prevalence of various mental disorders compared to other cities in the World Mental Health Survey Initiative, this does not mean it has the highest rate of psychosis specifically. So there's the loophole there. So maybe I misspoke. It's not the most psychopaths, it's the most crazy people in
Yeah.
general.
Well, the most mentally ill people. Like
Mentally
I
ill, yes.
seriously, like I had this student. She was a therapist, and she was like, "Man, like this city is a fucking gold mine. Like there are so many clinically depressed people here. It's not
Hmm.
psychopaths. It's
Yes.
clinically depressed people."
Yes, that is a deal. Look, I'm sharing that little thing there where it says 30% of people in the city claim this. Now let's change that to Brazil. Uh, let's see. Levels of mental health in Brazil. Let's get to that one. It says mental health is around 20% of adults population affected by mental disorder, which are leading cause of non-communicable diseases. Because the highest rates of anxiety, depression in significant regions, disparities existing in accessing treatment. Now, guys, this is so important to say because we talk about all the lovely things in Brazil, and I hate when people say, "Oh,
Yeah.
they're poor,
Let's
they're
stop
poor."
talking about all the lovely things in Brazil. Let's start talking about the ugly things in Brazil.
Yes. And Pete, when people like come with this attitude, oh, they're poor, but they're so happy. And they're
Yeah.
always smiling. And I'm like, I can assure you, when you're poor, your ass is not happy. Your ass is stressed
No.
out. You
No,
don't know
dude,
what you're
I
gonna
was
eat.
in Favela Sahimo yesterday, and man, I watch my back so carefully.
Yes. We got some people in here. El Camelo. I know El Camelo. Yo, what's up, man? All right, I read that name completely wrong. Life is. We were just talking about your pre-show. Life is that you
Yeah,
asked some really good
yeah, great
questions, and we're really
contributor.
thankful contributed to the show. You really brought it to the next level these last. Yeah, when we came back, because I don't think you were listening maybe before, but you weren't commenting. It was when we kind of came back that you've been really active. So thank you. Hello, Fimpy. Well, yeah, we're doing well, very well. Hi, y'all. My man Anthony. Tony, which I love. I love this man. He's such a good dude, man. And I hope to see you again soon, Tony. Um, 1 second, baby. So, guys, Well, why am I mentioning all of this? Because I had like a mental breakdown on Saturday going through Sunday. Wait 1 second here. I'm passing something to the left hand side. Uh, and it was really bad. It was really heavy anxiety, social anxiety, especially. I was invited to go to a Friendsgiving, which I had said I was going to go to. And I actually liked the whole idea of Friendsgiving. I've been to them before. But I do have a lot of social anxiety going to anything that it requires me to have to communicate with various people and hey, how are you and where are you from? And
Ah, but you're
uh,
the greatest communicator, though.
man, but there's a thing about being a communicating and socializing, not the same
Yeah,
thing. You
yeah.
know uh and socializing for me is very difficult, like extremely difficult. It takes a lot because I end up becoming the communicator. Like I put on, it's not like it's a fake version of me, but it's like this augmented version of like, hey, what's up and where are you from? And because like if I have to ask somebody where they're from after the third time, I'm like, I'm done, like I gotta
I
leave this place.
know. I
That's a
know.
lot of hard.
As a Canadian, actually, I find this really difficult because, like, when you talk to Americans, you ask them where they're from, they
Yeah.
always say their state, and I just want to punch them. I want to punch them. It's like, no, just say your fucking country, man. Like, you don't.
Yes, but that's the thing. It's like it's repetitive, and it fucks up with it fucks my mind up a little bit. And again, this is a me thing, and I do want to go and get stuff checked out in the future as far as autism. I just know how I think, how I see things. The more people are talking about it, and like I said, COVID, I think allowed people to talk about this more. I'm relating to a lot of things that I'm like, oh, wait, I think exactly like that, and I act exactly like that, and I don't filter shit exactly like that. But at the same time, I know what my social etiquette should be, and that takes effort to be like, okay, I can't
Yeah.
say this in this environment because that could cause a lot of drama. I shouldn't
This is
really
why I
say,
don't talk to people. This is
yeah.
why I don't talk to
So
people.
it's like a whole bundle of stuff that creates this social anxiety and including some trauma from my childhood. Yes,
Yeah,
we all have childhood trauma.
but Phil, you care
Yeah.
about that shit.
Yeah.
Um, I feel the same way you do, except I don't care about it. It's just like, okay, I feel the same social anxiety you do, but
Yes.
when I start to feel that I'm getting a negative reaction, I just don't care. I just walk away. I just walk away.
But why do you think you do that? That's
Um,
the thing.
well, because it's not important.
I don't know for you. For me, it is like I because I have things that I want to do. Like I have plans. I have a lot of stuff that uh, I got to get done. And if I'm in the dumps, I can't get it done, and then I
Right.
stop forward progress, and then it just snowballs into like really bad decisions made by Phil. So I do care a lot, and I'm also like, I'm responsible for a lot of people. And that does weigh a little bit. Like, I have people in my life that rely on me, and even with work, I work with little kids. It's like I want to be able to be a good teacher for them, a positive role model. So all of this comes into play when I start to see myself going down the dark well. And I did this weekend. It happened. Like I went to an event which was really beautiful. And you can actually I posted it on YouTube Shorts uh, this afternoon. It was an artist networking event, and it was wonderful, but it was difficult for me to like open up. And then eventually I talked to a few people, but I was in one corner, and then I was in another corner, and then I was upstairs. Ooh, I'm losing my voice here. Downstairs, upstairs. Oh, what up, Pete? Let me get some water. I'll be back. Pete, talk. Say something.
All right. So Phil is talking about going through a hard time, and yeah,
Ooh,
it happens to all of us, man.
it
Like
does. I'm
when
back.
you're disconnected from your family, your friends, everything, um,
Yes.
it's hopeless. And yeah, Phil has actually helped me out quite a bit this week because, like, I literally had no money to live, and this month I made like $3,500. Like, I made enough money to cover myself for the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how it goes, man. Like you have your you have your strong weeks and you have your weak weeks, and it's good to have people to support you, I guess.
That's the thing. I'm a bit long-winded, so Peter kind of cut to the chase, which is basically this. Even though I went through all this mental turmoil, I ended up not going to the Friendsgiving, but I called my friend who had uh organized it, and I explained to her like it was wild. Like I went through a full manic phase. Like when I think about yesterday, I'm like, that wasn't me. It was like a different person. And my boy here, he had to deal with it. Like he gets a gold star because he had to deal with me yesterday. And I would, man, I went out running at 10 a.m. like hot, like like hot sun. I I went crazy. I was like, let me
It
get.
was sweltering yesterday.
It
Oh
was,
my!
but it was like, can I get this? Can I get myself going? Can I get because I like to exercise because it releases a lot of negative energy. Man, I came back worse than I when I left. So I was like, okay, I'm done. You know, I slept all day, but I meditated a little bit, rested a little bit, tried to just think of what was causing this, and I found the root. and talk to good friends. That's the support that you need. I called her, my friend that had organized the party. I talked to Imada, which I love, a good friend to the show if she's listening. Um, and she gave me some really good advice. And of course, Eduardo here, and just also being able to be open about it, and having you guys out there is a support too. It helps you get through it. So that's my long 17-minute version of saying I'm very thankful to the people that are in my life here in Brazil, my network, you know, because I got some strong ass motherfuckers there. I got Pete, who I've known for a long time. He's always got my back when I need some shit. He's a good dude. You know, uh, Eddie's not here. I know Eddie's a controversial figure, but man,
Eddie
talk
is
about
not going to be in any conversation that I'm in.
yeah, but talk about a good dude. I consider that dude a brother, and sometimes, guys, there's a persona online and there's the real person, and sometimes people
Yeah,
put up
yeah.
some walls.
Scott
So
has told me this about Eddie.
yeah,
I mean, I don't like the guy. You know this,
of
but
course.
we have a mutual friend, and Scott, and Scott actually doesn't like him either. But he told me that he met him in person, and he's a completely different person than
Yeah,
he
he's a
was on.
sweetheart. He's a sweetie.
So, I
Yeah,
mean, I believe that. I believe that, and
yeah.
I'll accept that. I still don't like him, but I believe Scott.
Yeah, no, sometimes it takes that. And so I'm thankful, I mentioned you and him because you were like some of the first people that really I could I connected to when I started to get back into the expat community. Because when I came here in 2008, Pete, there wasn't anything like, or at least I didn't know. I guess Gringos existed as like a little what do you call it, like a forum, one of those
Yeah, but
internet
it's
forums.
a fucking criminal group, man. Half those people are fucking refugees from the law.
But I'm saying I didn't even know that existed. There was like this social media network here called Orkut,
Yeah,
which guys, if you don't know where Orkut is, just look at the screen. It was wild. Orkut was wild, and eventually
it's
just
gone
died
now.
out.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now, but it was fun being on Orkut. But anyway, I didn't know. I didn't even think about like wanting to meet expats because I'm like, I'm in Brazil. I kind of want to make a life in Brazil. I was really focused on Brazilians until I got screwed over and over and over again by Brazilians, and then I was
I get
like,
screwed over by fucking foreigners, man.
"See, but
That
I
is
had the opposite. I had the opposite journey because then that's when I realized, okay, I need to meet people that aren't just like traveling here, but are not from here and are okay
yeah,
here."
no, Jeremy Calkins, man. Let me use this one fucking moment to tell you what a motherfucker Jeremy Calkins is, man. The guy is from the Pacific
Allegedly,
Northwest.
allegedly, but go ahead.
No, he's wanted for fraud in the United
Oh,
States.
okay,
It's not allegedly, it's a fact. He
okay,
is wanted for fraud in the United States. And he's
yes.
been doing business here in Brazil for years. And I happened to do business with him. And yeah, it was just a nightmare. And after I went online and posted like how badly this guy screwed me over, I got like a million emails from people who were like, "You too?" Like this guy screwed so many people, and I don't know where he is at now. I have no idea what he's doing, but man, this guy screwed a lot of people.
I get you. I get you. Say his name again. It's Jeremy. What?
Jeremy Calkins, and
I
he
swear.
hails
Let's
from
see.
Seattle, I think.
I swear I ran into a guy named with that
Yeah,
name.
he was in the expat group. He was in Eddie's expat.
Ah, that's why I remember him. I just saw him here. I got his it's this dude. I remember him. If I'm not mistaken, or maybe not. Oh, I don't want to, guys. Actually, let me not do that, so people don't think that I'm accusing some rando
Yeah, no,
picture there.
he's wanted for
But
fraud in the United
yeah,
States.
but
Which
I
I know.
remember that name. I remember that name. But anyway, well, you got screwed by one gringo. I mean, there's people out
No,
here
no,
trying to
I've been
exploit.
screwed by more than one,
Oh,
more than
oh,
one.
oh. Well, there you go. There you go.
But I don't want
I've
to get
just
into the others.
I've just had the opposite experience. I've managed to find a network of expats, gringos, whatever you want to call them, foreigners that have been very helpful. And through them, I've been able to eventually reconnect to Brazil, but like kind of know how to do it a little smarter. Like I had to just learn on my own, you know. And I think that's why I have this show because I like to help others not have to deal with the shit that I dealt with because I learned like School of Hard Knocks, right? Boom, boom, boom. I got knocked all over this. Like I have guardian angels from another planet
Yeah,
because of some situation that I've been in. That I'm like, I had literally two bandidos like enter my house, and luckily a friend of mine was over, and that's why they didn't do whatever the fuck they came to do, and then they
yeah,
left. That's because the doorman said some name that I recognized. I said, "Yeah, they can come up." No, yeah.
oh,
Anyway,
good.
it's all coming out in my tell-all book, guys. I was actually looking on Amazon for my other book, and I can't find it. That's not good. I can't find my own book, but I wrote a book called 40 on 40, where I talk a little bit about my life. And there's a specific moment that, for me, I think caused some social anxiety that happened when I was like 8, 9 years old. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to let you read it in my book. But Pete, yeah, like the when you have to go through this on your own, it can be rough, man. And back in before like 2015, 16, there wasn't really a hardcore, strong expat community here. Like today, there's like many, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
but how many of them do you want to interact with, though? That's been a problem. Like, I mean, we used to have a mutual friend in Ian Henderson. Ian Henderson
mm,
was a really good friend of mine, and he just fucking ghosted me. And I I feel like I can rely on Brazilian friends more than I can on people like Ian because that guy just fucking ghosted me.
yeah, sometimes people do that, but I don't know. Sometimes life goes on. It was a weird. it's a weird time now. We don't get together as much with expats as we used to. I remember I first started really getting involved with the expat community. You know, I mentioned Eddie because he made me one of the administrators on this group he created called Worldwide Expats in Brazil. Uh,
Yeah,
you know,
which
to
I
me,
got blocked from.
yeah, man, that was the Wild West. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way, guys, that's my book there, 40 for 40, uh, on the screen. You can get it on Amazon, and it's like you can read it for free, guys. And you know, if you want to tip me or something, I'll be more than happy to accept that. But I kind of put it there for free just to make sure that I knew how to do it. But the next one, that one's paid because I worked very hard on it. On you know, talking about my experiences here in Brazil, and we had to. And then Pete, it seemed like that died down. Like now, maybe post COVID, a lot of people were just like, "Fuck it, leaving the house is a real hassle." Like, I'd much rather just hang out at home because there aren't. It's not as fervent. Like you can get it together every once in a while, but it's not as fervent as it used to be. At least within our group. Maybe the younger crowd, the couch surfing crowd, are getting together, but I don't know.
Yeah, during COVID, actually, I went out more than I did previously.
Well, yeah,
Um,
me too.
yeah, because like I don't know, like I had this friend in Canada. He was a gay guy. He was like hilarious. He's like, I'm the sort of person that if you tell me not to sit in the electric chair, I'm going to sit in the electric chair, and that's how I was during COVID. And there were these places like I don't know. Sao Paulo is a big city, right? So there's there's a lot of bars that are going to be closed because they're visible to the police, but there's a lot of bars that are not actually going to be closed
Hmm.
because they're above street level, and the cops can't see them. And I mean, I would go into some of these bars and I would like pee in the men's room, and there would be women there. It was like hilarious because like the women like they just went there because where is the bathroom? Well, the bathroom's that place, and it happened to be the men's room. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a crazy time, but it was also
But
like
you, but you
really
were an
great.
outlier. But you're an outlier. Like I'm an outlier. When COVID started, I was like, man, they're not gonna keep me locked up in this house. Like that is just not gonna happen. You know.
Yeah,
Uh, so I started running. That's when I started running again. I stopped.
yeah, I went
But
out every fucking day. Like there were days where I
every day
swear,
I was
like
out.
before
Yeah.
before COVID, like there were days where I had no reason to leave my house. And when COVID happened, I actually made a point of going out of my house every day
Yes.
just because
Yes.
I could, like
Exactly. Exactly. Because there weren't like real restrictions. You just had to stay like away from people. And I was like, I need to stay away from people? Like, this is Christmas. Come early. So I was out. I was
yeah,
running. I started, like, I posted a video of my shorts about my COVID workout. You know, like I was going hardcore during COVID.
yeah.
Um, but I'm an outlier. Like I'm insane, you know. So it makes sense for me to do that. It makes sense for
I
you to
went
do that
I went
because
to
you're
a fucking
insane
New
too.
Year's party. I went to a
Yeah,
New
you're
Year's.
insane though. You're insane. Oh, 1 second. I was looking for a video here. We got some David Bowie. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like fuck New Year's. Like I remember New Year's 2020. I was downtown Sao Paulo and it was quiet as fuck, which was surprising.
Mhm.
Because like the fucking usual New Year's party that they have here, what do they call it?
Veillon.
The Rebellion. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They didn't
yeah.
have it. They didn't have it. But I went to this fucking gay bar.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me this. Yes.
Yeah, I went to this gay
Wait,
bar and they
wait,
were like, "Fuck me."
wait, Pete. I want you to continue telling this story, but it kind of segues into something else to be thankful for in Brazil, which is the weirdness and the randomness of it. And Pete's story here is a great example of it. So sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was just like, okay, like I was wandering around like downtown Sao Paulo, Police Avenue, which is like, ground central, and like
Yes.
nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. And I came across this gay bar, and they're like, "Yeah, it's like $60 all you can drink." And I was like, "Fuck, sign me up, man!" And I went in, and there weren't a lot of people there, but there were there were a lot of people there for a pandemic. Let me put it like, there's no way that many people should be there, and they had a rooftop deck as well, and you could see that they dropped the fireworks. They dropped the fireworks. You could see the fireworks being dropped from a helicopter, and you were eating barbecue, and it was so nice. It just made you feel like, okay, like everything is not that badly fucked up. Because you remember what 2020 was like. It was fucked up. And
Hmm.
just to be like on a rooftop in Sao Paulo, seeing a helicopter drop fireworks and be with a few people enjoying New Year's, it was great, man. It was so fucking great. And I
Great
have no
memories.
guilt about that whatsoever.
And you shouldn't. There's no reason to feel guilt about that. And because and again, I just talked about how, oh, it sucks to say they're poor, but they're happy. But I'll tell you this, Brazilians are resilient, which
Yeah,
so it's like they will try to make that lemonade out of anything, you know?
yeah, and I mean, I'm not saying that COVID wasn't a serious thing. It was.
Hmm.
Like our
Yeah.
friend died. Our
Yeah.
friend fucking died,
Our
man.
friend Latif.
Yeah, and so yeah, it was a serious thing, and it did kill people, and it didn't just kill people who had, predisposed conditions. Latif
Yeah.
had asthma, but even still, like he went to the gym 3 times a week, so I mean,
Yeah.
the guy was strong. Um, but at the same time, like, what are you gonna do? Like, this thing is gonna last 1 year, a year and a half, 2 years. You don't know, so you just kind of go along with it.
Exactly. And I think that's how I try to look at COVID. Same way that you did. And but at the same time, what I'm in general though, I keep saying we're outliers, and we are. In general, I think people were like being at home isn't really that bad. Like it's actually saves me a lot of time, stress, and blah blah blah. But it also kind of robs you of those moments, like Pete just said, of like the spontaneity. Is that the word? Spontaneity. Um,
Spontaneity.
yeah, which I think Brazil's always been famous for, and I haven't felt as much. It seems like everybody's guarded. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm getting older. I don't know. But it's a different feeling that you have today than we had post or even during COVID for those of us that snuck out when we weren't supposed to. So
Yeah, I mean, I had these feelings when it started to dissipate. When I went out and I started to be more aware of my safety, which is something I hadn't thought about. Like when it was like really COVID time, and I went out, I didn't fear for myself at all, man. I was so like assured of my safety that it was guaranteed 100%. And when COVID started to wane, once the vaccinations came out, I started to notice sketchy people again. I started to feel like not safe again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just became a thing again.
Yeah, and that, my friend, is I think what's aggravated a little bit of my social anxiety in all of that, which circles back to the beginning of the show. Or why I mentioned all of that is because if you're already kind of susceptible to that stuff, when you're living in a moment like that, it just aggravates it and it aggravates it. So you really need a support system, and that support system, it's different now. Like before, it was a network of expats, and we weren't exactly friends, but we were all like kind of together, and that kind of dissipated. And now what I've noticed is just like I've got my group of tight friends, like people that I can count on, uh, and I'm very thankful for them. And you would do well if you're going to be here long term to find those people, because it's good to also include Brazilians in that network
Yeah,
because
yeah,
yeah,
that's the
they're
thing.
essential.
They don't have to be
Yeah,
expat friends. Like
yeah,
Brazilian friends will do fine.
yeah. But make sure they really got your back. You know, and that's the thing. It's like I think it's good to have both, Pete, because the expat is gonna be able to like support you because they've been there, done that. I get it. It's a tough country. And then the Brazilians are important because it's like, yeah, we get it. It's a tough country. Look, this is how you do it. Like boom, 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 boom. So you gotta have a mix. It's good to have both, and of course you want to immerse yourself in the culture. So you gotta have that network that way. Um, I'm very thankful for that. Look, I got something that I'm thankful for right now. Look at this, guys. Anybody know what that is? I'm not big on Brazilian sweets, although I'm not sure if this is exactly a Brazilian sweet. But this is called a paglia italiana. It's an Italian stick. Paglia is like hay, you know, um, and it's delicious. It's made with something I don't know. I got one today because I ate this great gnocchi lunch, late lunch
Yeah,
in this place in Belém, and this was dessert. Really, really good little dessert. All right. I hope Pete didn't fall off of something because I was
No, I'm
crashed.
still here. I dropped my lighter actually.
Look, speaking of weird stuff, and why Brazil's so random. This was like I'm just scrolling down Instagram, and I follow this page called Olhares de São Paulo, like looking around São Paulo, and this was the headline. And there's this thing out there on the street called Faria Lima. It's like one of the business districts. And it's this whale. It's this orca whale, Orca on Faria Lima. Yeah, you got to see the before and after, I guess. So this orca it's kind of a beautiful thing. All you're going to see is this damn thing there. But look at that. It's kind of a cool sculpture made of metal. So for Christmas, they decided to dress it up with a little hat. And Brazilian, like, this is so random, like that they would not one that they wouldn't think that looked a little weird, but then two that Brazilians immediately made a joke out of it, which is great because it's being called the pirorca, because orca is the orca whale, and the word piroca is a slang for a dick, so it's the pirorca. Like it's so random, and it's I don't know. I know you got weird stuff. You got Florida man out in the U.S., but
Yeah,
here it's like legitimately weird. It's not like because everybody's on crack like in Florida, Florida man and whatever and meth, you know. And I don't know. It's just a bizarre country. You hate it 1 second, and the next second you're immediately in love again, and you're like, I wonder why everybody's crazy. You know?
yeah, yeah. Which is what comes to one of the reasons I'm thankful. I mean, I have to invoke Dallas. I have to invoke Dallas. I'm sorry, but there is this episode where uh, Pam and Sue Ellen go on vacation to Asia, and they're like, when we leave these people, like their their lives will just continue, and we will be gone, and their lives will just go on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that not just reminds me of Brazil, but I think of all the travels I've had. I've lived in China, I've lived in Thailand, I've lived in Brazil, I've lived in Canada, and you have a limited amount of opportunity to meet people, um, and it's it's really good to be able to connect with people, even if they're assholes like Jeremy Calkins. Wow, man, that guy's a dick. But you meet different people, and I'm speaking specifically to you, Phil. You are a good friend, and I'm glad to have met you. But there's a lot of other people in a lot of other countries whose lives have just continued, and yeah, it's good to know people who maybe you wouldn't have connected with otherwise.
People,
Yeah,
people who need
exactly,
people are
exactly.
the luckiest people in the world. And I agree 100%, man. That is
I mean,
very
okay,
true.
okay. Let's stop right here. Your friend Stephanie, your friend
Yes.
Stephanie.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, we're not good friends. We're not connected on social media or anything, but I really enjoyed meeting her. I mean, she's fucking insane, but I enjoyed her company.
She's amazing. Yes. And she is insane. And I love you, Stephanie. Um, but yeah, guys, and that's what it is. And I started the show talking about social anxiety, and at the same time, it's so complicated because you love people. I love people. It's easier for me to do it on a one-on-one basis, than here's a room full of people. Go meet them. Like I can't do that. So,
Yeah,
but it's like a real love that I do have. Like, why do I come on here and do this show? Because I love connecting with you guys. I learn from you. I hear your stories. I give you the floor, and I'm like amazed by some of this stuff. Like some shows, Pete, you know this. Like we have zero prep time. I have zero prep time during the week. Like we had the professor there that was talking about indigenous stuff. Okay, I can chat GPT some things here there, but it's like I don't actually have time to really study up on some of the topics before I have a guest on to really probe. So it's like I do my best to like give you the floor, and the stuff that I learn, it's amazing. It's like I'm learning it firsthand. I'm not researching it. I'm like, oh, straight from the horse's mouth. This is
yeah,
what the
yeah,
experience is like. It's cool. It's really nice to connect with that.
yeah. It's basically the same reason why I do my job. I mean, like, I don't I don't work in a specific field. Like I interview a lot of people from different fields. They include engineering, law. I mean, you name it. There's like a tons of different fields, and just hearing these people talk about what they do for a living, makes me realize how little I know, and I'm grateful for that because
Hmm.
I don't want to be one of those people who thinks they know everything. Like those types
Like
of people.
like Ian Henderson. I'm sorry, did I say that?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, they drive me nuts.
mm,
Like, oh, okay, I've heard this from some source, so I know everything. No,
yeah.
like, no. When a professional talks to me and tells me, like, no, this is how we do shit. I mean, one of my favorite jobs was actually at Claritin. You may know Claritin as a cosmetics company, but it's not.
Mm,
It's actually a chemical company, and they do like a lot of GMO food shit. And my student there was actually someone who is doing research into developing ice cream that couldn't get cold. Basically, well, it could get cold, but it wouldn't freeze. So she was developing ice cream that couldn't freeze. And I
hmm.
was like, that was amazing. And, I talked to some of my friends back home about this, and they're like, oh my God, she's like some kind of fucking genocidal maniac, because she's like dabbling in chemicals in food, which is
Hmm.
how people think of GMO scientists. But
Yeah.
no, it's not like that.
And what you say is what I also like when it comes to teaching English. Like I don't know if I'll ever stop. If because I actually just enjoy meeting the students, getting to know about them, and they learn in the process. But I'm learning too. Uh, it's such a good profession, teaching. It's a lovely
It
profession.
is. It gets you into so many different areas. Like, I mean, I work with engineers, I work with scientists, I work with lawyers. Like, it crosses so many boundaries that I
Hmm.
mean, I don't feel like I'm an expert in any of those areas, but I feel like I learn so much from interacting with those kinds of people.
Yeah, yeah. One you can. It's good to be what do you call it? Literate. They say science literate. Like you don't have to be a scientist, but you can understand the basics or at least have a conversation. So I just think it's good to be just literate in general. Just be able to touch on topics to the point where you can learn more. And being an English teacher here in Brazil, man, that is a speedy way to get to know the culture, get to know the people, how they think, what they think about, what they joke about, what they don't joke about. Like that was, I mean, it still continues to be a really cool experience, which kind of segues into my next thing I'm thankful for, which are bosses. But before I get into that, Pete, El Camelo said, I am thankful for the fact that I hit 40 this year with a pretty clean slate. Pretty clean,
Damn,
but
man.
clean nonetheless. I like it. No major
Ah,
health issues as well. Good. That's great. My third quarter of life doesn't know what it has coming. I can't wait to come down to look. Oh, Camilla, just because you said this, because I was looking for this video, I thought it was on my YouTube. I'll post it there. This is what I was doing in COVID. I am 44. It's doable. Look at this. This is my COVID workout. I'm gonna keep the sound off because I don't know if it's some copyright stuff. But look at this. I was out there dragging tires. This is dude that was helping me there. Look at that. I did some little bit of that action. Started kicking some stuff. Get the rage out. You know, this was like an hour to 2 hour workout. Like I lost a lot. I was gonna make a longer video. I lost a lot of the clips. This is all I could. But look at that. Look at this. Fucking shit. Now you can hear it in my voice. I am a little bit more tired. Yeah, basically. So Brazil's a great place to work out, to do outdoor training. Everybody does it. It's free. You get some semi-polluted air, but hey, you're not gonna get away from that semi-polluted air in the gym either. And you get to
yeah.
meet people, because I met this kid when I was running. That's when I got back into running. In fact, I saw him yesterday. I was running. I saw him I hadn't seen him in like since COVID. He's chubby now. He got chubby. Uh, but as I'm running and I'm passing through this park, I see somebody like kicking away, pow, 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 pow. And if you don't know, I'm really into fight sports. and I love boxing. Boxing is my number one thing, and I've started taking boxing lessons last year. I had to stop due to like blah blah blah, but I can't wait to get back into it. But I'd never done any fight sports that involved kicking. So as soon as I see the kicking, I'm like, whoa. So I go over there, he's kicking away, and I'm like, you mind teaching me how to do that? He's like, yeah, pa 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 pa. I learned how to kick a little bit, and then he did this whole workout scheme, man. Like the kid was wild, and it was just what do you call it? Not aerobic, calisthenic exercise, I guess they call it when you use your own weight. I forgot the exact name, but I got fit. I got fit during COVID, and I wish I had more videos, man, because me and him trained a lot, and there's like a lot of cool videos that we did of just that whole like 2 months of just heavy workouts. So that's kind of gets back to that other thing we were saying we're thankful for in Brazil. And I think Pete dropped out for a second there. Hopefully he'll get back on. Is the randomness of it. It's a very random country. So El Camelo, you're gonna get down here. You're gonna be great. 40 is a wonderful age. You know, look at me. I'm right here in my 44s. I look a mess because I've been working all day. That's why some days I keep the camera off, so you don't have to stare at my mug there. Look at that. I'm all oily. I haven't stopped. I've been working since like about 10 a.m. So this is the face that you get. I'll take a. This is the face that you get. Um, but you'll be fine. 40 is wonderful. Life starts at 40. Life starts at 40. But another thing, I am thankful for. I mentioned bosses is that flexibility. Yeah, Pete was talking about, you know, the benefits of teaching English, and I was also talking about the benefits of teaching English, the people that you meet, the immersion that you get in the culture, but it's also flexible as hell, and you can make decent money if you know how to advertise, um, if you know like how to cross market. Like that's what I plan to get back into. Like I feel the market is stronger now than it was, and easier to get into now than it was when I started to build up a clientele because of social media, because of things like this, YouTube, where you can advertise your services. So I can't wait to dip back into it. I'm slowly phasing out of this period of my life of working at this high school. It's been great. It's been great. Continues to be, but I just want to have that freedom again. And Brazil kind of offers you that. And even working a contract job, which says, hey, you're here from 1 to 4, 5 days a week, or 1 to 8 some days of the week. I still have that flexibility. Like I still have Saturday and Sunday totally free. I do not work the weekends, and Friday is like a light day. I do how do you say that in English? Like study hall. So I go to the school. Maybe 3 kids show up max, and one of them's just taking a test. The other one maybe needs to review something, and the other one needs to finish a project. Like I'm not interacting. Like I'm just there in case one of them needs help. Man, that's pretty sweet, And I have enough left over to invest money. Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey Johnson, to get me into my investing. Yeah, was it a rough year financially? 100%. A lot of it's self imposed because I'm trying to cut down those hours at the school and get back into, what do you call it? Freelancing. So it's kind of like a controlled demolition, but it's getting back. And, you know, it's comfortable. Like Brazil is expensive right now if you're earning in reais, period. But it's great that I've managed to have bosses and all women, for all my women out there, all my bosses here in Brazil have been women. Oh, well, except for one. I take that back. But his main communication piece is a woman. Um, and I've had really, 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 really great bosses that one, understand my ups and downs, which I have a lot of, uh, with dealing with mental health and all of this. Uh, and two are just willing to really give me freedom to teach the way that I like, um, really connect with the students in a way that I think benefits both because I learn from my students too. And that includes, from little kids at the high school where, I got like 8-year olds, whatever, 9-year olds, to the teenagers up to the adults, 50, 60-year olds, etc. And everybody in the middle. And that's really special, that's really special because it never feels like work. Like it's tiring, 100%. And there's definitely stuff that did feel like work this year that I was like, no, like I did not want to grade papers. I did not want to write reports. I want to teach, I'll mark absent and present. And maybe I'll write a little paragraph at the end of the month, just like, yo, little Johnny's doing okay. But I gotta have freedom, because I like to create. I make music. I do the podcast, and I don't do them just for fun. They're a source of income too. When somebody comes down here and asks for a tour, uh, or just wants to interview, what's like it is a enterprise also, and I need that flexibility. I need that freedom. And every boss I've had has just been so amazing. So thankful to you, Elizabeth, being number one back in the day, and I still work with a company called Unique. Um, Angelica, and I won't say, for privacy reasons, but at the school, okay, that's why that's weird about saying her name, but shout out. Um, and I'm working with Daniel Bonacci right now with Live English and Mel that works with him. And, both are amazing, real sweet. I work some immersions with them. And they are just amazing people. Understand me, get me. I understand them, I get them, I love them. And that's why it never feels like work. So when you're out here and you feel like teaching English is something that you want to do, don't always look at it as just an income source, even though it is, but look at it as a real, real amazing way to connect with the people in this country. And even if you don't have to teach English, like it's not something that, like you have enough money, maybe you got some retirement fund or whatever, just consider it as like an activity because it's always good, if you're retired to keep that brain active. So that's why I said at the beginning, I don't think I'll ever stop teaching English. Like I'll be 80. If there's I'll probably be a hologram and I'll be teaching because like there's that old saying, when you teach, you learn, so that's my whole experience with education. Oh man, Pete seems to have dropped out completely here. Somebody said here they thought you were younger than me at first. Keep it up, bro. Oh, we are gonna keep it up, and you're gonna keep it up, man. You're gonna come down here. Brazil's gonna. That's the thing. Brazil's an active country, man. Everybody here is like ants marching here, pop, 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 and I hope it stays that way. São Paulo has become a bit too Americanized for my taste. But it's still a huge city where the majority are like they're moving, they're taking buses, taking Ubers, walking, running. Like Brazilians are very mobile, and I really appreciate that because I have always been into athletics, but I've sometimes had body issues. Oh, today is the Phil opening up hour. But I've always had body issues, and to the point where like I don't even like to show my legs or like walk around shirtless. Still don't that much. Like it when I post something of myself shirtless on Instagram, because maybe I played some tennis or did some, it's like, hey, like it's okay to do that. It's fine. Like it's how you're feeling at that moment. Boom, you're hot. Ooh, I'm hot too, but temperature wise, uh, and that's just it. It's like whatever. Um, but that's a process that Brazil taught me to feel okay about, because Brazilians are very open with their bodies, and they're very body positive down here, and they're very mobile. So I got back into working out down here. I got back into trying, you saw the video with the kickboxing, whatever the hell that was. But I also do, let me, get back over here. And I'm thankful to that. Speaking of things I'm thankful for here in Brazil, is that it's a country that will get you healthy. But oh, there you go. That's that page I was talking about. Olhares na Paulista. Yeah, randomness of Brazil. There you go. Christmas on Paulista. Um, but yeah, it's a country that kind of teaches you. Oh, there's me playing up against the wall. That to also be body positive. Yeah, that's a picture I was talking about right there. But where's the boxing? There's me kicking. So when I post this stuff, it's like it's for myself.
Yo, guys, my boxing instructor speaks English. He speaks a little bit of English, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to learn when he's going one, two, three, right, left, back, forward. So we're gonna do a little bit of training in English.
This is my first lesson ever.
That, that, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. What? The one, 1, 2. That, 5.
So I got a few of these boxing videos, but again, why am I posting this? Is because I really think it's important as you get older. You gotta stay fit, man. But Brazil is also a great country to stay fit. So like this is not just vain glory. The reason I'm putting this up there is to one, it's yeah, you did well. Congratulations to you. I think it's very important for us to pat ourselves on the back. But two is kind of be like inspiration. If somebody's out there is like, yo, can I get into this stuff? Yeah, you can get into this stuff. And Brazilians are like the nicest people, really nice people. Like this instructor, man, he's a super sweet dude, patient. Like they treat you respectfully, or at least most of the time. But this is out in the suburbs, so in the suburbs they treat you a little bit different. They treat you nice out here. And I don't know. It, it, it's something to be thankful for, like what Brazil can offer as far as that openness and that body positivity. But also, like I was saying, I got some good bosses and I got some flexibility to be able to kind of delve into that. And by the way, if anybody wants to jump in and be on live, just click on the link, okay? Because we're going to wrap it up soon. I got one more thing here I want to talk about that I am thankful for, but I'm about done. And I can yap away, y'all. I can yap. Last week, by the way, if you did not listen to last week's show, you are missing out. It was so good. I listened back, because sometimes as I'm doing the show, you know, I gotta mute a thing here. I gotta go, so like I'm getting what the person's saying, but maybe I missed, a thing here and there. So I listened back. I'm like, oh my God, like that was a really interesting talk with Mario. And I just loved every minute of it. I want to get him on. We talked a lot about food. Like he is a foodie and a half. And then the connection between Trinidadian food, Jamaican food, and Brazilian, man, it just went off. Like, listen from the beginning, but around 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, it starts going deep. Listen to that show. But here we go. What was I going to do here? I sent the link there for anybody that wants to jump in. But this last one, some of you may laugh at me, and I do not care. You can laugh at me. Oh, wait, we got a comment. We got a comment. I'll tell you in a second. Leave you in suspense. Suspense. What is Phil's final thankfulness? What is this? You mentioned liking combat sports. Have you trained in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Not yet, but I don't think I want to because that's a little too hardcore for my old ass. I got interested in Brazil watching the early UFC fights, which featured Royce Gracie, who was, yeah, no, the Gracie family is royalty down here, and they have a bunch of academies. Mm, drink a little bit of water there. Uh, and or gyms, here they call it academia, but it is an academy in their case, right? But they're legends, and yeah, I love the mixed martial arts, the UFC. It's too bad Pete's not on the call because he's really into it. Like I like it. I'm more of a boxing fan, even though boxing lately has been kind of in the dumps. I've been watching UFC. It just got my attention because boxing sucks. But if boxing gets back to like being good, I'll probably start watching boxing and UFC every once in a while. But it's intense, dude. It's like I don't know. Like I don't think I think about as I get older, especially if I'm in Brazil. I want to be active, but I don't want to do anything that might break a bone. And I'm not saying that to be like chicken or anything. It's just that like it's a headache. Like I don't want to have to deal with going to the hospital, having to be out of work, having to this, the mobility issue there. So I'm like, do I want to do UFC? And again, nothing might happen, and they're very safe. And there's kids that do. I'm sorry, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, yeah, too intense for me. But it's a beautiful sport. It's a beautiful sport. Boxing, just more headshots, shots to the thorax. It can hurt, but you can move around it, like tennis, running, stuff like that. So I try to do stuff that is not gonna injure me. Anthony's on the line. Talk to me, Anthony. Say hello, brother.
Hello.
There you are. What's up? What are you thankful for on this evening?
Being alive.
Being alive. That's a good answer. And how alive are you? How many rotations, as they say?
Oh, well, do we have to go there?
Should we tell? Should we tell?
I
Anthony's like
am
he's like a year older than
I
me.
I am 71. I'll be
71.
72 June 28th.
He's 71, like going on 19. But we'll give it to him. Look at this, guys.
Well,
Anthony's a
well,
handsome brother. Handsome brother. You got like that Smokey Robinson. I've been around. I've been around. But I still got it vibe. Look at this
well,
gentleman right here. Wait, you
I'm
posted a picture
I'm the
recently. You
oldest.
posted a picture recently. Where? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is. 2 days ago. Looking good. Feeling fabulous. Looking good and
Well,
feeling fabulous. Oh, there's Peter.
I was just I was realizing that I'm the oldest male that, that grew in my family, appeared to live.
Uh huh. Yeah, so you're like the patriarch of it all.
Yep, because my dad, it was just me and my brother in the family. My dad passed away at 67 years old. My brother
Mm-hmm.
passed away at 46 years old.
Oh,
So when I turned 68, I'm like, I'm the oldest one living. And even
and,
my father's father passed away at an early age, in his 40s.
but let me ask you, how does that make you feel? Like, do you feel a certain responsibility? Like, does that change you somehow?
Uh, no, in terms of responsibility, I don't have any responsibility.
Yeah.
because everybody's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. I have the
You're
same
like,
thing.
Well, no,
My
I mean,
grandfather
I
died
don't have
when
to.
I was like,
wait. We're talking over each other. Wait, go ahead, Pete. Go ahead, Pete, and then
yeah,
back to
my
Anthony.
grandfather died before I was like born. He died 12 years before I was born. So yeah, there's no responsibility of my family for me.
Yeah,
What
I
I was
feel
going to
you.
say, yeah, what I was going to say is that uh, being responsible to your parents as you're growing up, maturing, going into adulthood, you want to make them proud and all of that. And so my dad died early, and my mom, she passed away at 96. So it was just me and her left in the family. So,
Damn.
trying to do good things for her and all that kind of stuff throughout the years and things like that. And as I got older, I remember when I turned 65, I was in California. And I was saying, Mom, look at this. We're both on Social Security.
Speaking of your mom,
So, so,
Anthony.
so when she passed away, I don't
Yeah,
have any responsibilities. I
yeah.
mean, my, all of my three sons are grown now. They have their own lives, and unless they feel they're not responsible to me. So, you know, what were you gonna say about my mom?
What I was gonna say is I was on this hunt for like trying to find old clips of her on the radio, and that was pre this Chat GPT AI help that we got. So I'm gonna try again, and I think I maybe I'll get closer because I got kind of close that one time, but it was really
Well, I
really
don't
tough.
know. Yeah, I don't even know if they took pictures of the
The talent.
well, she did. She did the weather and something else. I think like current events, but that was before I was born. So that would be in 1949 or 50.
Yeah. It's tough because you got to know if they kept those tapes, because a lot of times old studios just burn tape because they don't think it's important or they tape over stuff. And
Yeah,
so,
they
oh,
did,
yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
that's how fucking what's that movie? Uh, the Red Badge of Courage. The Red Badge of Courage. That's how that got butchered, right? They fucking cut a bunch of footage from the movie, and then they got lost in a fire.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
No, it's kind of crazy because they don't think that it's got any historical value. But anyway, Anthony, I loved your answer. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to have met you, and hopefully we'll see each other again. Either down here in São Paulo or up there. You've
Yeah,
heard my whole story of my trying to phase out of like the whole high school life. It's for reasons like this because I want to be able to go visit Anthony if I feel like it, and
yeah,
not
and,
trapped in that. But
what,
anyway,
yeah.
go ahead.
there's a friend of mine uh, that he lives here, but he's going to move to Sao Paulo uh, in about. He might be moving already. He's just gonna, you know, be there for like 3 months. He want to just live there and check it out. And so I was telling him about you. I said, "Well, look Phil up when you get there." And I said, "Phil Ray." He said, "Phil Ray, I know that name because before I came to Brazil, I was searching on YouTube from people who live there from an American point of view, and he ran into some of your videos."
There you go. Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you. Google paying off. That's
And
nice.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to say I'm thankful for not being dead. Um, and to be honest,
Well,
this is not just like the muggings. the muggings have been plenty. There have been so many muggings, but it's actually tripping over the concrete. I mean, the concrete here is shabby as fuck. You can like literally like stumble and kill yourself. Like William Holden. You all know William Holden, the actor,
Right.
great actor. Yeah, he actually died falling. I mean, he died falling down the stairs drunk. But the point is that you can kill yourself just like walking down the street here. It's insane.
Well,
I
I guess you haven't been to Salvador.
yeah, yeah.
You're afraid
In
to
Sao
break
Paulo,
there by
it's really
the
bad, man. The pavement here is really bad. So like when you're walking down the
It's some
street,
of the
like
worst.
yes. I actually, oh my God. This is like one of the greatest days of my life because I hooked up with this Brazilian girl. Oh my God. She came to my apartment when I was asleep and she woke me up and she's like, oh, baby, be with me. And I'm like, damn, man, this is like going to be a great day. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna go to the nearest store and I'm gonna grab some smokes and some food. And I tripped over the fucking pavement in the street and I knocked myself out. And I was out for like 2 fucking hours, man. When I got up, like my head was dripping with blood. Like it was unbelievable. And yeah, so this is what I'm thankful for. I'm glad that these things didn't fucking kill me because they can. They can. The street can kill you.
Yeah, you can, and you can fall into a hole here and just not see that it was there. There's random holes in the street. You're just walking, and then oh, there's a hole.
No,
Um,
it's the cracks. It's the cracks that get you. I
yeah,
mean,
and the crack too.
this is where my eyesight has actually gotten me because, like, the last time this happened to me was actually only about 3 weeks ago. I was walking home from a show at the rec center in Bhutan, and yeah, it was dark. I couldn't see, and I tripped and I fell and I hit my head. Like, holy fuck! And a cop saw me, thankfully, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, no, I'm not fucking okay. I just hit my head on the fucking concrete." And yeah, she walked me home. Oh my god, it can be really bad, man. If you
Uh,
can.
oh, what is that? I got some wind action. Is that me or is that you?
No, that's you.
Yeah, that was wild. I got a little wind action there. Uh, but yes, guys. I was trying to look for a picture here that I took a while ago that I love of like with those crazy sidewalks that are like multi-level, but I can't find it quickly. But here you'll be walking and then it's like all of a sudden it becomes steps. It was
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, man! I actually like I woke up from this concussion because it was really bad. Like I was knocked out, and the girl I was with was staying with me at the time, and she sent a message to her friend in Portuguese. She's like, "Yeah, Peter like hit his head and knocked
Oh, there it
himself
is.
out." I felt like such a fucking idiot, but these things happen.
Look at this. I found the picture. Guys, I was looking for. I took this a while ago. Like, I don't know, 2014 or something. Let me see the date. 2015, July 7th. Wait, here's the original post. Had to take a romp through Aclimação this afternoon, which is a neighborhood here in Brazil.
Ah,
Well,
Climasalvo,
yeah,
nice.
I swear I was going to break an ankle going down this sidewalk. Fuck the handicap, I guess.
Yeah, fuck that
Yeah,
is a steep neighborhood, man. Did you walk by the maternity hospital?
no.
Okay, because that's oh my god, that's a steep road, man.
Yeah, but look at this, man. This is like Tetris. It's complicated, and when that's wet, and that's actually how I injured myself once running. Oh, who's Anthony, by the way? Oh, Anthony logged out. Anthony, thank you for coming on. But Anthony dropped out there. Um, but what do you call it? Was when I was running and I just slipped on one of these little rocky things, and I wasn't. It was when I had stopped. I had stopped at a red light, to wait for the cars
Yeah,
to go by,
it's
and then I planted my feet on the sidewalk and it went right down on my knees.
Aklima's
It
South
hurt.
is deep, man. Like, there's
Yeah,
no fucking straight angles there.
it is a wild place. I clear myself, but a beautiful neighborhood nonetheless. But I kept everybody in suspense. I'm glad you're back. Actually, they were talking fight sports here. Oh, there's Anthony. He's back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what happened. The app just booted me.
Yeah, but Pete's really into fight sports, so I was showing them some fight videos. But what I was gonna say is this: is the last one that I kept everybody in the dark about, and you can laugh at me, but it's a real fear I have, is that Brazil's not involved in any serious international conflicts, not like nuclear, annihilation level. And according to experts, and guys, I really do spend kind of hours listening to shit like this sometimes. I go into Doom Patrol. Brazil's one of the places where you're more likely to survive and kind of like make it, like not survive and then die a month later from radiation poisoning. So it's like, depending on where you live, if you're kind of out in the outskirts, if you're kind of have living off the land, you might survive the apocalypse if you're down here in Brazil, which is one of the reasons I kind of want to get out of the city. I'm trying to get out of the city, man. I do not want to be in a major city if shit goes down. Definitely not Sao Paulo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can be that way, but I don't know. I have a feeling that Lula and Trump are like on this weird tangent together, which is bizarre because they should hate each other. They should hate each other. Like, Lula's like a hardcore leftist, and Trump is a hardcore righty, but they seem to be on this tangent together. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's what. Like, I'm a little pissed off about that, as many are about this whole thing, like all this intervention here with Venezuela, and like,
I
man,
know.
yeah, like, I
You
definitely
know
do not.
something?
Yeah,
You know something?
do I know something?
If if
Oh,
if if that war starts the way that Trump is aligning himself, that's going to be some shit that the U.S. is going to have a hard time getting out of.
I know it's man. That's the only thing. It's like, come on, Brazil, be like what did I think that you Trump? I think somebody called Brazil like a diplomatic dwarf a while ago. I forgot who it was, but I don't mind Brazil being the diplomatic dwarf. Like, they can pretend like they matter all they want, but like, just keep it Brazil, man. Keep it Brazil. Let's
yeah,
enjoy the nuttiness down here, and that's
I'm
about it.
totally happy with like us being off the radar, man.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
exactly.
That's what I want.
I
That's what
I
we all
I
want.
I have a question.
Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, it was
What do you
Israel.
guys?
Look, it was Israel
Yeah.
that calls Brazil a diplomatic dwarf way back in
Um,
2014. Because Brazil is usually pro-Palestine. But go ahead. Sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
what do you guys think about that bullet train between Sao Paulo and Rio? A 2 hour ride that's supposed to be finished in 2030.
Man, that was supposed to be finished before the World Cup. So one day we'll see it. One day.
Well, no, I mean, this was just on the news yesterday. I think it was real time.
Oh, yeah, but I
Uh,
don't know. Have they actually started laying down pipe? If I see them start laying down pipe, I'll believe it.
Yeah, I
Because that
mean, I
bullet
mean, we've
train.
we've been seeing this in Sao Paulo for years, man.
Yeah.
Like metro lines that it's like this is the metro line that you are eventually going to get, but you don't get. You don't get. I mean, the fucking line 4, the line 4. What was that? The end was supposed to be Villa Sonia, and Villa
Mhm.
Sonia just opened like 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
the line was open for 10 years.
Yep. 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 Look, I
Well,
love
that
this.
was
Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony. Look,
well.
this meme is for you, Anthony. Look, back because they made fun of the fact that they were gonna make this bullet train before the World Cup and it never happened. So this meme is the Brazilian version of the bullet train, and it's this train riddled with bullets, which
Yeah.
is
What?
appropriate. Is
What?
appropriate. Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I do
oh,
understand.
wait. There's one more
What?
I just found. I just found another one I hadn't seen before. Look at this one, Anthony. So this is the bullet train in other countries. This is the bullet train in Rio de Janeiro. Oh
Wait a
man,
minute.
it's a bullet.
The,
It's a
wait a minute.
bullet
Okay,
fly.
yeah. Okay, good, good. You'll make it larger.
Yeah, there you go. You see it now? Oh my God, it's such
But
bad
that
taste.
is
Such bad
financed.
taste.
That's going to be financed by a company in China.
Okay, all right. Chinese don't play. They might have make it done, make it happen. Sorry.
Well, look,
No,
I'm
no,
telling you.
shit
Uh,
happens much faster in China, man.
Much.
Much faster.
Yeah. Let me see. Trem bala
well,
Rio de
look,
Janeiro. All right, I'm looking it up right now as we speak. So I would be 100% thankful for that because Brazil has no passenger rail to speak of, like as far as long
No,
distance.
it doesn't. It's
Yeah,
pathetic. It's
yeah,
pathetic.
yeah, and it could, or even like for cargo, to be honest, which all it's all trucked.
No,
Which
for cargo it works. For
not
cargo it
not
works.
as well as it should be. Like a lot of it is via trucks, and that's what slows stuff down and keeps it expensive. Like there's not like compared to like Europe and America and the railways and how they transport shit. Brazil's like 100 years behind. Like within Sao Paulo, maybe okay, and even then, there I've seen some of those those passenger, I mean, those transport rails they're yeah, they work. Let's just put it that way. Um, but the country as a whole doesn't have a network. And like remember back when they had this issue with the gasoline and the truckers went on strike and we were all fucked with food because most of the shit we're getting is coming in through trucks, man. So Brazil never really it started like there's this little city here in São Paulo called Piranacicaba, which they call Little England. And the English were here for a little bit trying to build that rail. Yeah, there it goes. The day trip to the old English village of Paranapiacaba. I can never say it right. Look how I spelled it. Look how it is. But it's a tough word to say, even in Portuguese. And they started a few projects there with building the railway. Actually, is yeah, look at that first picture, but it never really got off the ground down here, And then it becomes like this mafia of like the truckers, almost like with the when Uber tried to come down to Brazil. Remember when Uber tried to come down to Brazil, Pete, and the taxi drivers were beating up Ubers, and it's like they have this whole little mafia thing going. Or Pete got knocked out again, and so it's tough to have any growth, yeah, because it's all tied into like whoever's making the most money, which in the case would be the truckers and the oil industry. So it's kind of fucked, you know. But I still prefer that to like nuclear war. so so I'm thankful for being down here and just dealing with that. And also for, I don't know, Anthony, like you and I, Pete, we're kind of like survivors and we know how to hustle. And it's like, if you know how to survive and how to hustle down here, you can kind of circumvent all the bullshit like that. Not always, but a lot of times, and what do you call it? And just survive and have a good time. Brazil has a lot to offer. Pete is back.
Yeah. I am back.
And
Yeah.
he's loud. Ooh, we can hear Pete.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, guys, I'm about ready to wrap it up. Pete, anything else you're thankful for? You want to shout out there, Anthony? Thank you for dropping in, coming in with us. Let me just say thank you to the people here before you get on, Pete. El Camelo, thank you for your comments. Life is as usual. Loyal listener. Anybody else that's out there listening, and I know we get a lot of views post the live, but I love having my little group here. Anthony, of course, that's my boy. Anthony. That's my man, I should
Yeah.
say. That's my man, I should say, because that's a man right there. And yeah, that's about it. That was on the chat. So thank you guys that were on the chat and interacting with us. But go ahead, Pete, what you want to say, and then we'll let Anthony say something.
Yeah, well, I'm mostly thankful for the people who have helped me survive here because it's been 11 years and it's been a rough road. It hasn't always been pleasant, but I've enjoyed it, and I'm thankful to still be alive. And that's it. That's it.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Well, I'll bid you guys a good night and have a good day tomorrow. I have a friend flying out from Rio tomorrow. Going to be here for 5 days, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's nice. Anthony's you're always visiting, which is wonderful. So I gotta get up there and give you a visit.
Okay.
See
I'll
what
be
you've done to the
waiting.
house. See what you've done to the house.
Nothing.
But great, great, great. It was great having you on, and thank you for supporting the show and supporting the podcast. And thank you everybody else for that too. So I'm gonna let you go, Anthony, so I can say goodnight here because
Okay. Talk
it's
to you
past
later.
my bedtime. But thank you for
All
coming
right.
on.
Okay.
Talk to you soon. Well, Pete, it's just us, brother. We're gonna wrap it up. I guess next week we're doing our top five Brazilian movies.
All
Which
right.
I'm gonna be nice and rested because I think this is the last week I gotta stay till late at the school. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
and
back.
and let's skip the obvious ones too. Like, let's just
No,
like
no, no,
ignore.
no. Pete, just choose your five favorites. No, do this. Get a big list. Get 10. But we're not going to go through all 10 because we'll be there all night. And then we'll whittle down. Because I haven't had time. Like a lot of the movies you've been watching, I like that you've been watching some of like the kind of lesser known stuff because I haven't had time to watch those. So the ones that I have are more like not mainstream, but people probably have heard of at least I don't know, three out of the five, four out of the five.
Yeah, I
So
don't want to be like City of God though, like
no, I
or
mean,
Triple
do
H,
what you
you know,
want,
because like
do what you feel,
everyone knows those movies.
do what you feel.
All
I
right,
I can tell you right now, City of God wouldn't be on my top 10 anything. That's my
all
hot
right.
take. I
It
don't
will
like
be on mine, but I don't think it
I
needs to be.
okay, guys, watch City of God. I'm not a fan of the movie. I think it's kind of trash, really. But that's me. I prefer a movie called Pishochi, which deals with the same topic
Oh, that's a good
where
movie. That's a good movie. But
it
I
is
also would
hardcore.
not include that because it is too obvious.
Yeah. No, we'll do this. We'll give a couple like watch these because they're classic. Like we'll give you like five classics that yeah you gotta
Well,
watch,
I think
and then we'll go.
I think we could start by saying like, okay, like everyone knows these movies, blah 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 blah, and then we can get into the movies that we've seen that maybe not a lot of other people have.
All right. I'm just saying. I may not have my list may not be that long when it comes to that, but we'll figure it out. This is like the
All right.
production meeting. You guys are getting backstage
Okay.
access.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
charge for this. We will charge for backstage access. Uh, see you later. El Camello. Okay, I'll see you soon, brother.
All
Um,
right.
but that's it, guys. Yeah, next week we'll have something to talk about that involves movies and Brazilian movies, and you're gonna get at least something that you're gonna enjoy because Brazilian cinema, when it's hot, it's hot. It's not always
Yeah.
hot, but when
And
you
they
get a
don't
good
even
one,
know it. They don't even know it. This
yeah,
is what's annoying. I
that's the
talk to my
sad
Brazilians
that's the
students.
sad part. They don't realize it.
Yeah, it's like, have you seen this movie?
Yeah,
They don't wear black tie. No, never heard of it. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I'm trying to
yeah.
find out everything I can about your country, and you don't know about these movies.
I know. Well, guys, we'll save all that for next week. Thank you, everybody that's on. I see we still got a lot of people on. Oh, Travelmatic, man.
Hey,
No.
ladies.
He came on. We got to give Travelmatic a minute because last time he was on, I didn't even acknowledge the brother because it was such a wild. I was so tired. No, I got to get Travelmatic on for a second here just to tell us what he's thankful for, Pete, because he's been a
All right.
supporter of this show forever.
Right.
So, Travelmatic, click on
Adrian.
click on this link, Travelmatic, and tell us what you are thankful for real quick because we were just about to wrap it up. But if you can, click on there because that's what we've been talking about tonight. What are we thankful for? Anthony was just on sharing some stuff, as was El Camelio. But we'll see. We'll give him a minute. Oh, there he is. He's on. He's on. What's up, brother?
What's good? What's good, family?
It's
Oh
good to
man,
have
y'all
you
making a
on.
brother feel special, man.
But you are special. You're part of that network I was talking about. Today was like the happy days, except for when we were talking about suicide and depression. But aside from that, it was all good vibes tonight. So, what are you thankful for when you're outside of the U.S.? We're talking about like just out venturing. What are you thankful for?
A passport,
Ah, an
an
American one. An American one.
American passport. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not the
I love
not the
that.
best one though.
Yeah. I always say, I'm more of an American outside of America.
Mm.
I've 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 said that more times than not. That I'm an American. We never really say we're American outside of America. You ever realize that?
But they say that a European passport is much better than an American passport. Do you feel that
Oh
way?
yeah, Germany,
Right.
Spain, yeah, they Japan. They are. I think like
We're
I think
all
we're
over
like
the
10th
place.
or 11th.
All right, let me see. Wait up, because we went all over the place. Because Pete went back to the U.S. one isn't the best, but then you said, "I'm trying to figure this out. It's late." But you said, "I'm an American outside of." People, I didn't get that. Say that slowly.
We
Um,
as Americans, we may not realize it,
not the
Yeah.
best.
but
Wait, Pete. Pete's on the line. Wait. Go ahead. Wait,
I
explain
know,
that to
right,
me.
Pete? I say it because if we if I'm in a jam or somebody comes to me in Colombia, or somebody comes to me in Brazil,
Yeah.
and they mistaken me for a Baina. And they
Yeah.
oh no, I'm American, soy Americano.
Yeah.
I, I yell it out real quick, let them know, hey,
Really?
I'm not from Brazil. I'm an American, but
Ah.
I rarely say that in America,
I
you
can
know.
even got
It's,
to
No,
because
you
we're talking
don't need to say
Americans.
it in
well,
America.
no, like, but there are times that you got your strong countries that are nationalists. Like I heard
Mm,
a guy like the Dominican Republic. They're very
I see what you
Right.
mean.
into,
I see what
you
you mean.
know,
Although
like they
I
got the
think,
Dominican.
although
Go ahead.
a Travelmatic, I think it depends because on the conservative side of the aisle, they even got that song. I'm proud to be an American. So I think
Right,
like,
right, right. Oh, yeah. Let me add a little more context to it. As a
yeah,
Black American,
I
we
see.
are proud to
Yeah,
be an American.
yeah,
Yeah,
that it makes a bit more sense. All right. Okay.
yeah.
Well, you're still thankful for that passport, so that's good. And then what else? Anything else? You're thankful for?
Health, man, health.
Health important. We talked
The
about
health part, the remote work capabilities, man. I wouldn't be able to do none of this if I wasn't able to get a VPN or get a travel router and travel the world on the remote signal. So I'm thankful for Nord and ExpressVPN and VPN IP addresses.
There
Thankful
you
for that.
go.
Hotspots.
Right.
This
Yes,
is
Nice.
mobile
great.
hotspots. So I can still make my money and enjoy these countries.
Yeah.
Um, and the culture. I'm thankful for experiencing other cultures. Um, that's one thing that I enjoy traveling and experiencing other cultures and other languages. I think it helps you grow and appreciate where you come from and where you're going.
Yeah.
I think
Where you're
that's.
going is
Oh,
important,
sorry.
man.
I
No,
didn't mean to
no,
cut in, but I'm just saying
no,
that's it.
no.
That's how we close the show. That's how we close the show because those are very wise words. And I am also thankful for this culture, man, because this culture brought so much out of me that I didn't know I had in me, you know, and the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm like very thankful for everything down here. So with that, guys, it's time for some goodbye music. Uh, I told Pete I was a little tired tonight. I wasn't sure I was gonna come on, but I'm glad I did. And Pete was like, "Man, I'm gung ho." So thank you, Pete.
I want to watch Dallas, man. I still need to watch Dallas.
He took a break from Dallas to be with you tonight. Be thankful for Pete. I love this dude. Pete's my man. And thank you, Travelmatic. Thank everybody. Until next week, I'm gonna end the stream. And 1,